Start by lying comfortably on your back with your knees bent, and then place your hands onto the bottom of the ribs. Start to breathe in through the nose, and then slowly out through the mouth. Gently deepening the breath in through the nose, and then maybe letting out a sigh with the exhale. Let the ribs open and expand on the inhale, and then allow the ribs to just soften down and in on the exhale. Feel the three-dimensional expansion of the rib cage on the inhale, and then feel how the ribs just close down and in, connect at the bottom on the exhale. Deep breath in on the in, and letting the ribs drop and connect on the X. Good. Place your hands down by your sides, and on your next exhale, tilt the pelvis back, drawing the tailbone to pubic bone to chest, belly drops to the spine, and then let the pelvis just release back down. Again, exhale, draw the tailbone to pubic bone to chest, and then release on the inhale. Make sure you don't engage your glute muscles, so this is just your deep core pelvic floor here working. Belly drops to the spine as you rock back, and then let it rock forward again. Exhale, tilt the pelvis back, and inhale, let the pelvis drop back into the natural curve of the spine. Exhale, tilt the pelvis back. Inhale, tilt it forward. Exhale, tilt the pelvis back. Keep scooping out the abs. Pubic bone keeps drawing to the chest, and then roll all the way up into your bridge position. Reach your arms overhead, reach them away, and then exhale, roll down through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Keep drawing the tailbone between the thighs all the way, and then lower the arms. Exhale to tilt the pelvis back first, and then scoop and roll up one vertebrae at a time. Keep the knees reaching over the toes, reach your arms far away. You can let the shoulders lift a little to the ears. Exhale, and then drop between the shoulder blades all the way through the spine, straight down, and then lower the arms back down. Again, exhale to tilt the pelvis back, scoop out the abs, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Take your time. Reach the arms back, and exhale, roll down, feeling the traction through the spine, creating space between each vertebrae as you roll down. And again, exhale to roll up, engaging your core, your glutes, and then lower the tailbone down to the floor, and then increase your pelvic curve. So you tilt the pelvis forward, and then you tilt it even more back. And the pelvis will drop a little as you tilt it forward, and then tilt it back. Tilt it a little forward, and then pubic bone to chest again. Tilt it forward, then feel the glutes, the core working here, hips to the ribs, and then reach your arms back. Place your hands behind the back of your head, elbows slightly lifted, and then rock the upper body forward as you lower down to the lower back, but without lowering the pelvis. So again, the upper body is rocking forward, but you try not to touch the floor with the sacrum. So exhale, giving yourself a massage in the upper back area. Chin down, and then rock back. Exhale, rock forward. Give yourself a nice massage. Keep tilting the pelvis back. Rock back. And then lower one vertebrae down at a time. And then just place your hands down by your sides. And then on your next exhale, engage your deep abdominals by drawing the belly to the spine, and then float the leg closest to the camera up to a tabletop, and then just lower it down. Again, making sure that you're connecting through the pelvic floor, flattening the lower belly, and then float the other leg up into your tabletop, lowering it down. And again, exhale, drawing the belly down as you float the leg closest to the camera up in a tabletop. The leg is as light as possible, and then lower it down nice and easy. And again, connecting through your core first, drawing the belly to the spine, float the leg up. And now keep tilting the pelvis back and roll up into your bridge, pressing down into the foot. And then roll all the way back down, one vertebrae at a time. Find your 90-degree angle and then lower the leg back down. Connect through your core and now float the leg closest to the camera up. And now continue tilting the pelvis back as you roll up into your bridge. On the inhale, hold, and exhale, roll through one vertebrae at a time. Lower the foot back down. And once again, connect through the core, float the other leg up into tabletop. Continue to roll and tilt the pelvis back as you curl up into your bridge. Hold on the inhale, exhale, rolling back down one vertebrae at a time. Lower the foot, inhale, and exhale, connect through the core, float the leg up, and keep rolling back. Hold in your bridge on the in, and then exhale, rolling back down and through. Good. And then lower that foot down. Just you make your way onto your side so you can make your way into a seated position. Grab the ball, hopefully it's nearby. Place the ball onto the mat. And then make your way back onto the mat, onto your back. Place the feet onto the ball in a 90-degree angle. Make sure nice and relaxed in the upper body, the shoulders. And then on the exhale, lift up into your bridge, pressing down into the ball. Really activating through the back body, the glutes, the hamstrings, lifting up. And then lowering the sacrum back down onto the mat. Exhale as you lift. Inhale to lower down. Again, connecting through that pelvic floor, deep core, and the glute muscles. And then lowering down with control. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower, exhale to lift, good, inhale to lower, and then place your legs on top of the ball, knees bent, try to relax in the hips, open the arms to the sides, and then twist your knees over towards the camera, your gaze can move to the opposite direction, and then bring it back to center. And then twist over to the other side with the knees. Your head can move in the opposite direction. And then exhale, bring the pelvis and then the knees back to center. Inhale, let the legs twist to one side. Exhale, draw from the ribs back to center. And then again, looking over the opposite side on the twist. Exhale, and try to pull from your ribs, from the core, back to your centered position. Place your hands down on your sides and now try to grab the ball in between the legs, in between the feet. And lift your legs through tabletop and then tilt the pelvis back, roll it off the mat. Lower the feet down and now tilt the pelvis back, rolling the pelvis, the sacrum lower back off the mat. Tap the floor with the ball and then see if you can bring the knees to the chest, roll the tailbone off. Don't worry about it if you don't roll up very high. Just try to feel how you really tilt the pelvis back, engage your core muscles. You can use the back of your shoulders, the back of the arms slightly. Good. And then nice and easy in your own time, just move the ball to the side and make your way into a side lying position. And point the toes, lift the top leg to hip height, flex the foot and lower it down. Point, reach away, lift, flex, and lower down. You can breathe in as you reach the leg up and away, and exhale to lower it down. Reach away and lower it down. Good. Keeping a nice, long, lengthening sensation on both sides of the body. And point, lift up on the inhale, flex and lower down. Point and lift, flex, and now reach the leg forward, 2 pulses, and then reach the leg back, point the toes, flex the foot, 1, 2, reach it forward, and then point, reach the leg behind you, again, 1, 2, and then reach the leg away, and 1, 2, and reach it away. Keep the leg at the same height as you reach it, sweep it forward, then back, and again, 1, 2, and nice big sweep back, 1, 2, long exhale to reach the leg back, and 1, 2, exhale, reach the leg back. Bring the top leg in, bend the knees, make your way into a seated position, cross-legged position. Lengthen the spine, reach your arms up, and now lift the chest, open the arms, lift the gaze, and then curl forward, hug a ball in front of you, reach the arms to the sides, and then reach your left arm over as you side bend to the right, lifting up, keeping a nice long spine, reach the right arm up overhead, good, and lift up, and then lower both arms down. Make your way over to the other side, bottom knee bent, long body on both sides, lift the top leg, point the toes, and then flex and lower it down. So reaching it away and lowering it down. Keep the leg in a long line with the hip as you reach up, and then flex and lower down. Good, and making sure that the toes are pointing forward and the knee is pointing forward. So staying in that parallel position. Lifting from the crease of the hip on the inhale, point, lift, flex and lower. Point and lift, flex and lower. Point and lift, flex the foot, and now you're going to sweep the leg forward again, 2 pulses, then reach it back behind you. Again, 2 small kicks forward, and then sweep the leg back, feel the back of the thigh engaging, 1, 2, and the back is working here, and 1, 2, long exhale to reach the leg back and away, and again, 1, 2, exhale back, good, keeping the pelvis relatively stable here, reach back, and 1, 2, forward, reach the leg back, and again, 1, 2, and reach the leg back, 1, 2, keep the leg at the same height as you reach back, then bring the knee back in, make your way into a seated position, nice and easy, this time facing the wall or facing the front of your mat. Reach the arms out in front of you, long spine, and then tilt the pelvis back as you roll back, scooping, carving out the abs, then lift up onto your sit bones. And again, dropping the shoulders, keeping the open width of the collarbone, and then inhale, lift up. Exhale to curl back. Inhale to lift back on top of the sit bones. Exhale to curl back. C curve, keep the curve, and now twist over towards the camera. Back through center without losing the scoop in the abdominals. Twist over to the other side. Follow with your gaze. Twist with the whole upper body, the whole rib cage. Back through center. Over to the other side. Back through center again, and then lift up onto your sit bones. Good, nice and tall. And exhale, curl back. Keep the scoop, the carving of the abdominals. Now turn towards the opposite side. Through center. Over in one piece with the rib cage, over to the other side, and once again exhale, inhale through center, exhale to twist, through center, and then lift all the way back up to your start position. Reach your legs out in front of you and just shake it out, and then grab the ball, bring it to the back of the mat, feet on the floor, knees bent, upper body flexed, and hands on the lower back. Then extend the legs, extend the upper back, and then soften the knees, soften the upper body. So you're pressing from your feet, extending the knees, extending the upper back. The head will follow in the line with the upper back with the shoulders, and then soften over the ball. So you're extending here, working on all the back extenders, and then exhale, softening and folding over the ball. Again, straightening the legs, glutes are engaged, core is engaged, lift the front of the body. Exhale to soften and hug the ball with the belly, with the upper body. And then again, reach up and out through the crown of the head. Then lower the arms all the way down. Walk yourself forward onto the ball, hands underneath the shoulders. And on your next exhale, reach the opposite arm and leg off the mat. And then inhale, lower down the arm and the leg, but keep the spine long, or the head and the chest lifted. Then reach the other arm and other leg off the mat. Good. Keeping a small extension in the upper back. The neck is long. Lift one arm and the opposite leg. And then switch sides. Good. And lower down. Staying supported in the lower belly. And reach the fingers away from the heel. And lower down. And again, use the exhale here to lift the arm and the leg. Reach. And lower down. Good, nice and easy to reach on the exhale. Inhale to lower down. Good, keeping the pelvis as steady as possible. Reach and lower down. Exhale to reach, still staying connected in your core muscles. Upper back is working here. Reach and lower down. Good, just soften the knees. Come down. Now make your way onto the mat into an all-fours position with the ball placed behind you. And then try to get one leg up at a time onto the ball. Hands are on the mat, shoulder width. Good. Press down to all fingertips. Engage your core really strongly here. Pubic bones lifting. And then bend the knees, bring the ball underneath you. And then reach back into a plank. Exhale, pull the knees underneath you, pull from the core, and then reach the legs back. Exhale, pull it in, and inhale, reach back. Exhale to pull from the core muscles. Inhale, nice long plank. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, reach back, nice and strong, pressing into all fingers at all times, long neck, reach back. Pull it in on the exhale. Inhale, nice and strong, glutes, core engaged, and in on the exhale. And then bring one leg down at a time. Take it easy, take your time, not to lose your balance. And then slowly coming up. The standard position, holding the ball, and then tuck the chin down, roll forward. Lower the ball into the mat and then reach or roll the ball forward. Find a flat back, straighten the legs, and then round the spine. So you bend the knees to reach the ball forward into a flat back, then curl the spine, roll the ball in towards you, again to reach, lower the pelvis, and then straighten the legs, round the back into a cat position. Again, reaching forward, get a nice stretch from your tail to your head. Round and roll up now from bottom to top. Bring the ball out in front of you. Open up the feet maybe a little wider, keeping the knees over the toes, and then squat down and lift up. Bend the knees, fold forward at the hips, lift up using the glutes. If you want, add the arms to reaching. So reaching the arms and the ball, and then bringing it in. And reach, and pressing down on the feet as you come up. Reach, and bring it in. Good. Keep the spine long, fold at the hips, then use the glutes, back of the legs as you come up. Good. And again, reach, bend, lift. Reach, bend, and lift. Reach, bend, and lift. And then keep the ball to the chest, lift the gaze, take a nice big in-breath, then drop the chin, round forward as you release the ball onto the mat. Slowly roll up.